instructed me. Here we are as the government. We stand to the motion that this House believes that the worship place should be closed. First, here we Arini, as the government, will divide why these motions, why we believe for these motions. The first is public place. Is the place that will welcome to many people, that it will make many people come to that place. One of the public place we call that worship place. By the COVID-19 era or pandemic COVID-19, we believe that it's gonna change many aspects of our life. That is about educations, that life, and the way of our religions do, or religions rules to do in the worship place. And then here we're gonna believe that by all the pandemic come, it's gonna change all the aspect of life, and of course we have the limitations. Why and how this gonna solve the problem in Indonesia. And then it is important for us to make sure that people come to the worship place in a safe and always safe and not getting or spreading the COVID-19 virus. And then to make sure that our debate here is in a runway or in one way, we as the government limit these motions into the place that this House believes that worship place will be closed for the red zone, and then to welcome the people help from the capacity of the place. And then the last limitations is to celebrate some event that it will make many people come. Why? The first stance here is why we should close this worship place. Why we should close this place is to prevent the case to be increased in the red zones. Again and again, we make sure that we focus in the red zones. It is important to make sure that Indonesians getting decreased all the case of COVID-19, so everybody can be safe. And it's same for what our department, our religion department says in their rule. It's Amenak number 16, 2021, in one point number F, that says that there is no campaign, celebrations, or anything except the court of the worship. Here we say the court of worship is examples such as bridal prayer, and then Idul Adha prayer, and it based on the rules. We believe that. We are not saying that every place, worship place or religion's place, is gonna be closed. No, but here is we focus to the core of the worship. So we focus to what we want. And then Indonesia is not one of the country that closed their worship place for the people in the red zones. We take the example here from the mosque or the big country with the Muslim, Saudi Arabia, that closed 782 mosques to the people because of they are in the red zones. Here as the belief of the country that we have to understand well where is the place that we can open for the people, and then to make sure that in Indonesia we are not getting increase the data of the case, is to make sure that they understands well that their house can be the place of their worship. As what Anies Baswedan says, by their instructions, says that in the red zones, in the red zone, you have to understand, you have to make your house become the place that you love, and then to be the place that you teach about the characteristic of your religions. So be safe and careful to make sure that you can be always loved and safe. I think that's all. Thank you. Next. Okay, silakan.
Ladies and gentlemen and the educators, what the government said before I was talking here extremely wrong. First thing first, they make a mistake. The limit that they gave is undebate. We cannot debate the place that have a red zone. So this here, I'm going to relimit our debate today with this house belief that the worship place should be open in the zone with the orange, yellow, and green. If we use the red zone, it's undebate limit. So the first thing the government said is, in the public place, we should make sure this is safe. Come on, we should make it safe with what? With a healthy protocol, not we close it. It's the wrong way, the wrong mindset. And again, they said, this time we focus to the worship. Why we should go to the worship? A lot of public places worse than worship. And this brings us to my first argument. Ladies and gentlemen and the educators, welcome to my argument. In worship, almost in worship place in Indonesia, there's already a protocol, health protocol. They give us a hand sanitizer, even some mosques give us or check our body is it too hot or not. And based on rules from Menteri Kesehatan Republik Indonesia number 01.07 Menkes 382 2020 say that every single public place has give the health protocol in the place. It means that there are a health protocol in every single place. It's include worship. It means that worship is safe to doing prayer. And my second argument, in mass or in worship, they have already made rules such as using mask, keep the distance, and wash our hands before. And I took example from our religion, Muslim. Before we take a prayer, we take an ablution first. It makes a double protect to us. We clean our hands and we clean our body with the ablution. And based on Azam Mujahid, founder of any group, instead in this era, we should pray more to God. But how do we pray if the government said we should close the worship place? How do we pray to the God? We in our house? I think it's not gonna make it. And either way, ladies and gentlemen, this is my fourth argument. Either way, in Indonesia, there is already fixing. What the government said before, their afraid of is already happened in 2019. It was happened, and we have vaccine. This time we have vaccine. It means what? Our body's immune is better than the 2019. It means that we can make this happen. To not live in the past, but learn from the past. The past that teach us that we cannot gather together, but right now we can do it with the health protocol, with the vaccine, and everything that support this. And either way, based on www.econ.go.id, COVID case in Indonesia this era, this day has already decreased. It means that the spread of the virus is getting lower every single day. It means we can open this worship place. We shouldn't close it. And the next argument is, why we have to close the worship instead of the market, building project, or cafe, place that do a really tight health protocol, keep open. They do this in these three public places. They do not spend their time only for like 10 to 15 minutes. No, they spend their time in these three public places more than an hour. In worship place, we already give our time about 15 minutes. It's shorter than the other public place, so why it should close it? Then the other one is not closed. Either way, based on the Constitution 1945, Chapter 29, Verse 2, closing worship place, then the human right in worshiping. Because there's a constitution that the ruling does this about praying in Indonesia, that they have a freedom of us to do the praying in every religion. If we close it, it means that we what do you call it? We deny the right. And either way, we can, and the next my next argument is almost mosque in Indonesia or worship place in Indonesia is personality, not governments. It means that this mosque or worship place is not, or it doesn't belong to the government, but to the personality. So what's the right to close the mosque? They have no right to close the mosque. They only have rights to tell us to do the health protocol, not closing the mosque.
Okay,
And that's one my argument and evidence, because I said that this laws believe that worship place should be open. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jangan kemana-mana, Ashraf.
Guys, balik na may
No problem. Biar orang takut gitu ya, Ashraf ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, I still thank you to adjudicators that still exist, to the judges that are debate today. So I'm the member of the government. So for this debate, before we will come to our debate, I want to say the leader of opposition misunderstanding about our motions today, because they say this house should open the worship place in COVID-19. I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen and educators, for discussion, I want to say again, the closing of the houses of worship just apply for the red zone in our country, ladies and gentlemen. So the regulation limiting emergency communities activities just be closed in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen and educators. They are misunderstanding about our motion. So he said about public places. Why the cafe and mall or plaza and garages still exist and they're open for a long time? But what happened in our place of our worship? Why our place of our worship is closed? Again, you say the regulations from the instructions of Military number 19, 2021, that they are saying the categories instructions. The old place, they are saying letter G, place of worship, mosques, prayer rooms, churches, temples, and pagodas, as well as all the public place of worship, do not have co-regulations worship or regulation activities during the implementation of emergency PPKM and optimist worship at home and the public place. I say again, public place too. No, just the worship place, basically. But in this case, we talk about the house belief. This house belief that the closing of house of worship in COVID-19. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what they are our friends from the government side, they are saying the regulation of our government is the true way to stop the spreading of COVID-19. Our government have spent our money to make many regulations and policies to stop COVID-19, but we still exist. We don't do any activities in outside our rooms, ladies and gentlemen and educators. So, for this motion, I want to say to you, who make this regulation of this policy? It's not just our government, ladies and gentlemen. It's also come from our citizens like Muhammadiyah, Nahdlatul Ulama, and the Indonesian Mosque Council to the Indonesian, or we can say JPRMI, I think like that. And churches, association agree, all of them agree to the policy with the main reasons being an effort to reduce the rate of transmission of the COVID-19. So they are agreed to we are not open the place of worship just in COVID-19. And I want to repeat, It's just for red zona, ladies and gentlemen and adjudicators. Okay, for these motions, I want to say to you, what is the conclusion? If our government is bad, we are going to the church, going to the mosque, and going to the other place. So what is the other way? We are want to worship to our God, to pray to our God. The best things, we are still safe if you are doing praying and worship in our house, ladies and gentlemen and educators. So we can be closer with our family and doing praying together in them. No, thank you. So from my motions like this. No, thank you. From my motion, we can stay healthy. We can stay at home, everywhere, every time. We can do worship. We didn't make the crowd. We needed to meet together to worship together. So I said that to stop the spreading of COVID-19 the right way, we needed to make it grow. We needed to meet in the one place to do worship together. But this is just for COVID-19 era. And after that, after the COVID-19 is stopped, the spreading of COVID-19 is stopped, we can still do it together, not just for worship together, but everything. We can do anything that we can, as our daily activity as normally, ladies and gentlemen and educators. So, I think that's the conclusion from from the government. Thank you, educators and ladies and gentlemen.
Yuk lanjut.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dadang, so I believe that the worship place should be opened. Why I said it? Indonesia is a religious country. We are a diversity. We are a diversity country. We were Indonesia. It's not just Islam. You know that there is a Christian, Hindu, Buddha. In Islam, we also have we also go to mosque, and also we can do worship we can do pray in our house. But somehow, some case we cannot do pray in our house because we need leader, we need imam to maybe in the Jumat or in Idul Fitri, Idul Adha. We need together in a mosque, and then if we can say if we say that we can pray in our house, but maybe in Islam a man should be able to be a leader in a prayer, should be able to be imam. But in some religion, some other religion like Christian, Hindu, Buddha, they need a leader. They need to go to church to pray because they need a leader. They need priest. They need priest or pendeta to pray. What I'm saying here is, if we say that worship place should be closed, it would be fair. It wouldn't be fair to another religion. Like in Hindu, Buddha, they believe that God is gathered in the one place that we call a temple, that we call pagodas. That is the place for the gods, from the Devi and Deva. So they go to the temples, they go to the temple, they go to the pagodas to pray. They can do it, pray. They cannot pray in their house. And from the last speaker, my brother say that pray we can do it in a house in order to have protocol, because we cannot gather in a public place. But in Australia there is a case that a woman like this. The woman stay in a house, but still she gets infected by the COVID-19 because packaging that she orders. I mean, like what I'm saying here is it's not the way we don't go to the worship place just because we want to stop the COVID-19. What I'm saying here is our self-care. It's our self-care to face this COVID-19. We've been dealing with COVID-19 for 2 years, and then we cannot still stay at home for 2 years. But we need priest like Christian. They need priest. They need misa. They need Christmas. They need go to the church. No, they need go to the church because they need priest. In Islam, maybe we can do a personality worship, personality prayer because maybe maybe we have our father that can be a leader in Islam just because in Islam a man should be able to be an imam and should be able to be a leader in prayer, in worship. But in other religions, it's not the same way with Islam. What I'm saying here is Indonesia is a diversity country. There is many religions in Indonesia, and there is many ways to face this COVID-19, and then we can make it. We can say we can make it in a one way to close the worship place. But what I'm saying is we need to deal with this COVID-19. We need to make our self-care to face this COVID-19. That's all from me. Thank you.
From the Minister of Religion, provision number 23 year 2021, that without house of worship closer, that is not all of the worship, not all of the worship house get closed. That's only in the red zone because it means the red zone means the increase of the infected people of COVID-19 is more from the orange zone or yellow zone. And we know that we decrease the COVID-19 virus by keeping our distance. So, and it's an agreement from our upper height that like NU or Muhammadiyah, and it's not just for funny, that it's the agreement from the higher ups like that. So it's not just what is it? And that our friend talked about Australia, and the case I wrote here is about our own country of Indonesia, that we have different immunity and different COVID-19 type that we can compare them. We can compare them from another country that we have another case in our own country. Okay. And the health protocol from another statement, the health protocol can be our reference to the health protocol can be our reference because there's a lot of different people and different opinion about causing the house of worship like that. We know that not all of the people follow the rules of the health protocol like that. Not all of the people want to follow the rules. that some people may broke their rules, they broke their health protocol. It may they can infect the people. We don't know that they are infected people or they are healthy people because just no, just from the what is it, the health protocol, like we about their heat or like that, we can know that it can be our reference to know that the people is infected or not, like that. And in the public places, places like mall and another place, we don't socialize with all of the people like in mass or church, like that. In church, we actually know that the people is our friends or our neighbor, like that. We socialize with them and we can keep our distance of socialize with our friend like that. But in public places, there's a lot of people like that. We can ignore them and keep our distance from other people that we don't know. Maybe this for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before I take you to the educator, to the change this time, I'm as a third speaker in my team. I'm not with this notion that worship place should be caused why many people are missing to pray in the worship place. We know we are as the religious people. I think you are agree with me that we are missing to pray in the worship place. For example, our mass. That, and then if you pray in the worship place, it's better than praying in the home. Except that there's a historical habit of Bukhari that if we are of pleasure in an area, then don't enter it. But there's a opinion where you are, don't live it. We know in Indonesia now we are in pandemic era. We can host the worship place in our country. The same as the first speaker says that it's same. We have vaccine. We have a vaccine. It means more or less our body can stand it. And then I think this motion we can give solution that it depends on us how to accept this COVID-19. We have to think critically. happen, not because. Yeah, we know this COVID-19 is fast to be infected our body, but that this case we can attack this COVID-19 to think critically. No, thanks.
Time's up.
And ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's rethink criticality with this case. This is pandemic era. We have to
Time's up.
attack this COVID-19. I think that's all about my point.
Thank you. How is that, Bu Ida? Thank you, Tobaroni.